Hello, Suzanne from Suzanne Scarrow Live here. I wanted to talk to you today about my favourite tools to change the way that I feel, and I hope that some of these might be helpful for you as well. So we really have complete control over the way we feel, but often we get caught up in what's going on around us and we don't take deliberate action to change those thoughts. So one of the better ways to change the way that you're feeling in any given moment is to meditate. And by that, there are many different ways of meditation. You might just quieten your mind and you might have good success with that. A lot of people, though, find it difficult to quieten their mind. And so somewhat, and I was one of those people, to be honest. So what I did was actually count my breathing. So breathing in and breathing out really slowly. First of all, that will calm your heart rate. And secondly, it will calm the way that you feel. And thirdly, as you're counting, you can't be focused on anything else. So you're focused on the breathing in and the counting and the breathing out and the counting. And that's why your mind will quieten. Another way that I found useful for me is to listen to a guided meditation. So you might try that, might find that helpful as well. Many available, there are apps all over the place where you can actually get access to those kinds of guided meditations. The second way that I like to change the way that I feel is by sleep. So really you can have when you go to sleep or when you meditate, you're actually closing the gap. So you're taking away all the resistant thoughts, all the negative doubts and fears and worries. You're going to sleep and you're closing that gap. A really good thing to do is get into a state of gratitude before you go to sleep so that then you close the gap in that state of gratitude rather than the state of fear or doubt or worry. And then you'll wake up in the state of gratitude. But sleep is a really good one, which is why a lot of people sleep when they're depressed or when they're overwhelmed and so on. So meditation number one, sleep number two, in no particular order. These are just things that help me to change the way that I'm feeling. The third one, and I really like to do this because it's kind of a challenge, is to change deliberately what I'm focused on so that I change the way I feel. So if, for example, I notice that I'm feeling angry, then I've got a choice, and so do you. You can continue down that pathway of anger, or you can deliberately change the focus of your thoughts and feel relief, and then more relief and so on, just tapping your way up that emotional scale. As you do that, and this is why I like it so much, as you do that change of focus, you're actually kind of expanding yourself, your ability to connect with your higher self. And of course, my belief is that when we do that, so the universe expands as well. And so that's a really kind of a favorite of mine, to change the way I feel by deliberately refocusing my thoughts. I do it by tapping up the emotional scale. That's another way that you can do it, and that helps in letting go of some of those negative emotions so that you can reach for those more positive emotions. The fourth way is to change your environment. So often when I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed or sad or angry or whatever the feeling is that doesn't feel good, I will just change my environment. And usually for me, that means going to the beach and going for a walk, perhaps listening to some inspired or inspiring tapes, or even a meditation, but in a beautiful environment. So just that change of the energy of where you are really helps. Another thing that I do, and I don't do this probably often enough, is to think about past joy-filled moments. Going through photographs and looking at those photographs and reminding yourself of those times when you felt really good. It might be at the birth of your children, or it might be at your wedding, or it might be, a party where the family was all getting on well, or something like that. So looking at those photographs and reactivating the energy that you felt at the time, that can really help too and change the way you feel. Another way, number 6 on my list, is to think about the way I want things to be in the future. So really feeling it as though it already exists. Yeah. can be quite challenging, but a lot of fun. And so you can see yourself in the future, for example, living in your dream home, or driving your dream car, or being with your dream partner, or having all the money in the world, or whatever it is. Just play with it, have some fun with it. But as you imagine yourself in that future the way you want it to be, and you elevate your emotion, so you're feeling joy and gratitude and so on, love, then you're actually creating that future the way you want it to be. And that's a really beautiful thing. And the last one that I have on my list that I want to talk to you about, and these are not an exclusive list by any means, there will be other things as well, but just breathing, just noticing your breath can change the way that you feel. So again, it's that slow breathing in, say for the count of 7, holding your breath, and then maybe out for the count of 10 or something like that. Really slow out breath. Some people say it should be twice as long on the out breath as it is on the in breath. I don't think it matters that much. You can just take your focus off. What you're doing with all of those things actually is taking your focus off the things that have got resistance in them: fear, doubt, worry, sadness, grief, or all of those things I call the resistance. Taking your focus off the resistance allows you to feel differently and better. Okay, so I hope some of those things have helped. I hope that some of those things will be useful to you, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.